So I would like to introduce you to Didact69 or D1D4CT69. Now, what's funny about this count is that you'll notice it's like pretty wrong and count. Also, apparently does simulator battles, so I mean that's probably things. So he's in a War Thunder Simulator Battles Squadron. He only joined that recently because as of the video I'm looking at here, he doesn't actually have anything in that. Now you'll see he's playing the DF109, brand new account, and he's still only about a little under a 2-to-1. So this guy is in my comment section as per always, and it's actually interesting. So there was a major bot problem that was created about 2 to 3 years ago, mainly from a lot of Chinese spoofers creating accounts that were going to become, high-end accounts. Now, granted, this account was created back in 2001. I'm sorry, not 2001, 2021, and it turned into a account that is cheating. So a lot of these older accounts that were lingering forever are now full-blown cheating accounts because, they just have been lingering forever. It's the reason kind of why I've looked at Gaijin and go, hey, why are these accounts that existed ages ago, why are they still active? Now, granted, Gaijin actually has the privilege to delete your account anytime they want to, and they could potentially do that for a lot of old accounts. So I don't know why Gaijin doesn't do that for a lot of things, because Gaijin could potentially delete a lot of old botting accounts if that were to occur. They won't do that because it really has to, according to, I love that. Yeah, let's just shoot the tree because, I'm a cheater and I don't know how trees work. Gaijin could potentially do that because they are, in every given right, allowed to delete your account if they suspect it's being used for illegal activity or cheating or whatever. But Gaijin hasn't ever purged old accounts. I don't even think they delete cheater accounts. You can look up accounts that have been banned like several years ago, and they're still in the database. And yet, the whole reason why the wagers were intending on going away is because of a data thing that Gaijin was potentially doing. And Gaijin never resolved that. I'm glad they didn't delete my old wagers, because I have wagers that are 3, 4, 5 years old that are old GE wagers that still exist on my account, and they're very nice to have, even though I'll probably never use them. But so I'm gonna bring up a couple things with topics that I'm bringing up with the current upload schedule. Gaijin has, so let's put it this way. So a guy named Killa Talks mentioned this in a video a couple days ago, that cheating isn't really a huge, wow, that's hilarious. Cheating really isn't gonna be a major issue it isn't a, it won't be a major issue, at least for what it is. Now, granted, I've talked about this before. Gaijin insists that the cheater problem isn't a big issue, even though we're banning several thousand accounts every month. I also find it incredibly ironic that we are, so Killa mentioned in his video that he thinks it's not very many based on the Steam numbers. Now, granted, the average player count in this game kind of on a daily basis, I would say, is still around, it dips obviously in the total numbers, but on average I've logged in like in the morning and the evening depending on my time zone, and I've seen the fact that there is anywhere from 60,000 to 120,000 people online. So it varies obviously based on the time zone, and I have still said that based on what I've seen, I would say there's less than 1 to 4% or 1 to 3% of total cheaters in the game at any one time. And I think that's still valid because there isn't really a big market for these. The group that I have talked about before, that I won't mention their name again, they have a Discord with about 2,000 people in it. Now, granted, I have people that are in that Discord that have told me that on average, there's only about maybe 100 to 300 people playing War Thunder that pay for cheats. Now, granted, or just in the Discord. Granted, there's 2,000 people in the Discord, but we don't know how many are actually cheating, or actually, because you can be in that Discord without buying anything. So, and in that regard, it could just be a lot of people just, saying, hey, I might do this eventually, or hey, I'm just here to look at people, and hey, I'm just seeing what's going on. It's on average 1 to 300 people are online in War Thunder at any time. I looked at their list the other day, and it was funny to me because I scrolled through, God, like probably 1,000 names, and I found 50 that were in War Thunder. Now, granted, there were some people offline, but it's funny to me that you're going to have a channel that encourages cheating and people that pay for cheats, yet they themselves aren't actually cheating. So that's the only upside about this whole thing, is that yes, we're banning a lot of people every month. However, they're not banning, like, there's not a lot of people actively doing this. Now, granted, like I said, there's a lot of new accounts like this guy that are blatantly doing it because they can, and they're completely newbie when it comes to stuff like this. But I will say a lot of things is that in general, you'll have to remember that Gaijin is a business to make money. I doubt that they are actually selling it themselves, because that would give them no incentive to actually ban the players in question. I do think that somebody internal might have leaked their network coding a while ago. Who knows if that's actually true or not? I don't know the whole gist of it. But in general, I would say that something occurred within their networking a while ago, and that caused them to, you know, have to figure out the problem with this game and figure out that there is a major leak with the coding of this game. I really wish that Gaijin would allow people like me to at least assist with some of this stuff, like a community-based assist program, but they just haven't responded to any sort of support. I even talked to several squadrons who have the ability to support structure like that, or like, you know, have the ability to interact with that sort of level of Gaijin's leadership, and yet I can't talk to them, even though I've been doing this channel as like a side thing, and I know what I'm looking at, and yet, you know, high-level squadrons can talk to employees anytime they want, and I find that incredibly unfair for someone who actually cares about game security as much as I do. Please hit the tree. Nope. But yeah, so I don't really need to explain how this guy is doing what he does. So I'm gonna leave this here. I am doing a double upload schedule this week, so if you have a player in question, please bring it up to me. If you brought a player up in the past, please bring it up again, at least in this one video or in those couple videos. I am going through a lot of my old lists. A lot of the replays and session IDs don't work, so I'm trying to go through as much as I can and catch up as much as I can, because obviously I took about a week off. So if you're a player in question, as always, drop it in the comments below, following the format of the pinned comment. And as always, I hope you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night, and have a good one.